Chapter 1. The Offer. I was a broke drifter floating between border planets when she found me. Sitting alone in a dusty spacer bar on Varelia Prime, nursing a drink I couldn't afford, I barely noticed her approach, until the air changed. She was tall, wrapped in deep violet robes, her face partially hidden under a hood. Her skin shimmered faintly like opal under dim neon lights. Varelian, no doubt, and dangerous. "Are you human?" she asked, her voice smooth, clipped, controlled, like someone used to commanding attention. "Depends who's asking," I muttered. "I need someone to pretend to be the father of my child." I nearly choked on my synth brew. "Come again. I will pay you handsomely. Enough to vanish from this rim, buy a ship, start over. Anything you want." I stared at her, trying to read the game. Scams were common on Varelia Prime, but she didn't strike me as a hustler. She was too desperate. Why me? Because humans are unpredictable, illogical, and brave. The child is mixed species. They will suspect I conceived with a human. I need the story to appear real, and you must sell it. She slid a data chip across the table. I hesitated, then took it. A fake father for a hybrid kid? How hard could it be? Chapter 2. A Child in Hiding. Her name was Illyra, and the child was named Sarian, no more than 5 solar cycles old, with large amber eyes and tangled curls that shifted colors in the light. She clung to her mother like gravity. "She's beautiful," I said, surprised by my own sincerity. "She's marked," Illyra said softly. "Half-bloods are forbidden in the Varelian Senate. If they discover her, they'll erase us both." We began the act. On paper, I was Cade Relian, freighter pilot, estranged from Illyra, but now reconciled for the sake of the child. We moved constantly, from orbital stations to mining colonies, crafting the perfect lie as we went. At first, it was all about credits. I played the role, smiled when I had to, and kept my distance. But then, I saw how Sarian looked at me, like I was really her father. And one day, as she pressed a hand into mine and whispered, "Papa," something changed in me. Chapter 3. Truth in the Shadows. We were docked at a small water-harvesting moon near the edge of the Trescian expanse. It was a quiet place, or so we thought, until the bounty hunters arrived. They stormed our temporary quarters with disruptors drawn, shouting Illyra's name. She didn't hesitate. She threw Sarian behind me and fired first. I covered the kid, grabbing the emergency blaster hidden in the panel behind the bunk. The firefight was fast, loud, brutal. 2 of them died. The last one tried to take Sarian, but I shot him in the back. Later, in the silence, Illyra sat shaking. They were from the Royal Syndicate. My bloodline is royal, a forbidden affair. They want Sarian erased to keep the bloodline pure. That was when I realized this wasn't just a job. This was war. Chapter 4. The Lie That Became Real. Weeks passed. We ran, hid, changed names. But something else happened, too. Sarian began calling me Dad all the time now. She asked me to braid her hair, to fly her around on my back, to sing old Terran lullabies I hadn't thought of in years. Illyra and I talked more. She told me about her people, their cold rules, their ancient fears. I told her about Earth. Messy, loud, chaotic. Beautiful. "I envy your species," she admitted one night under the stars. "You embrace imperfection. My people destroy it." We were quiet for a while. Then I reached over and held her hand. She didn't pull away. By the time we reached the outer colonies, the line between pretending and feeling had blurred. I wasn't acting anymore. Chapter 5. Betrayal. We found temporary refuge on Luma 9, a colony built inside a network of crystal caves. We thought we were safe. We weren't. The Senate had placed a tracker on Illyra long ago, a quantum residue embedded in her DNA, undetectable by normal scans. They found us just as Sarian was learning how to shape energy with her hands, a gift from both sides of her bloodline. This time, it wasn't bounty hunters. It was the elite guard. They took Sarian. Fast. Brutal. We barely escaped alive. Alira collapsed in the tunnel afterward. They will extract her DNA, dissect her power, end her. And just like that, I knew what had to be done. Chapter 6. Storming the Heart. A normal man couldn't walk into the Varelian capital and live. But I wasn't just a man anymore. I was her father. We hacked into the Syndicate's transport system using backdoor Earth tech, slipped into the capital hidden in a waste vessel, and emerged into a world of silver towers, bioluminescent roads, and hollow-eyed nobles. I used their arrogance against them, bluffed, threatened, hacked doors, and sowed panic. Alira moved like a ghost beside me, graceful, silent, deadly. When we reached the containment chamber, Sarian was strapped to a glowing slab, unconscious. A high-ranking official stood over her. "You dare contaminate our future with this half-breed filth," he hissed. "No," I said. "I define her future." I shot him. Twice. We got Sarian out barely. The city burned behind us. The Senate declared us enemies of the state. We were exiles now, but we were together. Chapter 7. Home isn't a place. We disappeared into the void beyond the mapped sectors, took an old transport, converted it into a mobile home, and flew toward nowhere. In the silence between stars, we healed. Sarian learned to control her hybrid gifts, not to suppress them, but to embrace both sides. Alira and I taught her together. One night, I asked Alira, "When you first paid me, did you ever imagine it'd end like this?" She smiled softly. "No, I thought I was buying protection. I didn't realize I was finding family." Chapter 8. Legacy. Years passed. Sarian grew into something more than either of us expected. Strong, compassionate, brilliant. She called herself Child of Two Stars. Eventually, others like her found us. Other half-bloods, hybrids, runaways. We made a new colony among the drifting moons of an unclaimed system. A place where no one asked about bloodlines. Where love wasn't a scandal. I became something I never imagined. A father. A partner. A builder of futures. And one day, when Sarian looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "Thank you for choosing me," I could only whisper, it was never a choice. It was destiny. Final chapter. The price of a lie. Was everything I ever wanted. They say I was paid to pretend. But no amount of credits could buy what I gained. A daughter who sees me as her hero, and a woman who gave up her crown to build a home with me in the stars. What began as a lie became the truth I would fight and die for. Some fathers are made by blood, others by love. And me? I was made by both, in the silence between stars, in the fire of rebellion, and in the eyes of a little girl who just wanted someone to stay. I stayed, and I'll never leave.